Well, hello and welcome back to math class. Hopefully you all were able to finish your video and did your greatest common factor study guide. We did everything except we left number 6 blank. We will talk about that in class on Monday. So today we're going to turn over to the back side of our study guide notes. All right, on the back side you will notice we're going to look at example 3. Finding two numbers with a given greatest common factor. So we need to find out which pair has a greatest common factor of 15. Let's put a box around this so we know what we're looking for. Well, if you look at the pair we have here, 10 and 15, I'm already going to know that the greatest common factor cannot be 15 for 10, because if you think about it, the factors for 10 are only 1, 2, 5, and 10. It doesn't even go up to 15. So this is definitely not one of my pairs. Let's look at the pairs 30 and 60. Well, 30, and I think yesterday we did something like this. We found out the factor pairs for 30 are 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10. You need to write this down, please. And 5 times 6. The factors for 60, let's try 60. Well, I know 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, looks like there's a lot of them. I know 5 goes into it, 5 times 12, and I'm going to have to come down here and do 6 times 10. Well, they have a lot of factors in common. 1, 2, 3, 5. They both have a 6. They both have a 10. Oh, they do both have 15. But the greatest, look at this, is 30. So the greatest common factor they have in common is 30, not 15. So this one doesn't work. Let's look at C. 21. Well, let's look at this. 1 times 21, not 2. 3 times 7. Those are the only factors for 21. It does not even have the factor 15. And I want to know the greatest common factor of 15, so this one can't be it. So I'm going to assume it's this one, but we're going to prove it. So let's find the factors for 45, and let's find the factors for 75. 1 times 45. 2, no. 3 times 15. No. 4. Oh, 5 goes. 5 times 9. No 6, no 7, no 8. So we're finished. Well, let's look at 75. The factors for 75 are 1 times 75. No 2, but 3 times 25. No 4, but 5 times 15. And I think that should be all of them. So if I look at this, they both have a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 15, and nothing else. And so the largest factor they have in common is 15. So our answer is D. All right, number 7. Write a pair of numbers whose greatest common factor is 10. Since it says 10, I probably want to come up with a number that ends in a 0. Let's try 30, and how about 50? Let's just try. All right, so the factors for 30. Oh, we just did it. This will be great. 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3, 10, 5, 6. All right, let's try 50. 1 times 50, 2 times 25, 3 doesn't go, 4 doesn't go, 5 times 10, 6, no, 7, no, 8, 9, nope. So it looks like that's it. So if I look at my common factors, they both have a factor of 1 and 2 and 5. They both have a 10 and nothing else in common. And it looks like we did pick two numbers. So the two numbers that I'm going to pick are 30 and 50. They had a common factor of 10. All right, let's move down to example 4. All right, our story says, you are filling piñatas for your friend's birthday party. The list shows the gifts you are putting into the piñatas. You want identical groups of gifts in each piñata with no gifts left over. What is the greatest? Let's underline that. That's our circle that. That's kind of an important word. What is the greatest number of piñatas you can make? So I'm going to make a piñata, and I'm going to put kazoos, mints, and lollipops. I have to use all of these items with none left over, but I have to have the same amount of kazoos in each piñata, the same amount of mints in each piñata, and the same amount of lollipops. Well, obviously, I'm not going to be able to make one piñata. I have to make multiple. So let's go ahead and look at 18, 24, and 42, those numbers, and let's see if we can find a greatest common factor. So for me, I'm going to do 18, and I'm going to list the factors. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 goes, 3 times 6, no 4, and no 5, and 6 is right here, so I'm done. Let's try the number 24. Greatest common factor. All right, let's see. 1 times 24 makes 24. 2, some of you might look at your factor sheet and you'll see your factors as well. 2 times 12. 3 goes, doesn't it? 3 times 8. 4 goes, 4 times 6. After 4 comes 5. No. 6, 6 is right here, so we're done. So let's move over to 42. Let's see what the factors of 42. I know 1 times 42. I know 2 goes because it's even. 2 times 21. All right, I think the number 3 goes. 3 goes in there. Let's see, 3 times 14. I think that's what we want. Does 4 go? No, 4 won't go. 5 doesn't go. 6 does. 6 times 7. And there we go. After 6 comes 7. So I have all the factors. If I look at all 3 numbers, according to this, we could make one piñata and put everything in it. We could possibly do 2. We have 3. It looks like they all have a 6. And I think if I'm looking correctly, that's all that they have in common. So the common factor they have is 6. So what is the greatest number of piñatas you can make? The answer is 6 piñatas. If I make 6 piñatas, I can put 3 kazoos in it, 4 mints, and 7 lollipops. All right, let's look at our last problem. Number 8. You use 30 sandwiches and 42 granola bars to make identical picnic baskets. You make the greatest, there's our hint, greatest number of picnic baskets with no food left over. This is going to be kind of the same thing we just did here. How many sandwiches and how many granola bars are in each basket? Well, first we need to find out how many baskets can we make with 30 sandwiches and 42 granola bars. So let's find our common factors. 30. I think we've done 30 a lot. I think we did 30 up here at the top. So we should be able to do that one very quickly. So if we look at the top, it was 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10 is 30, and 5 times 6 is 30. We have 42 granola bars. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we just did 42 right here. So we can copy that down. 1 times 42 is 42, 2 times 21, 3 times 14, and finally 6 times 7. If I look at the common numbers, 1, 2, 3, it looks like they both have a 6, and that's it. So it looks like we could make 6 baskets. But the question says, how many sandwiches? Well, if I make 6, the sandwiches is 30 right here. And if I have 6 baskets, 6 times 5 is 30. So we're going to say 5 sandwiches. And if I make 6 baskets and I have 42 granola bars, here's the 42. 6 times 7 is 42. So my answer is I can make 7, or I can put 7 granola bars in my basket. All right, once you're finished copying everything down, you can go ahead and take your study guide and put it back inside your folder.